Hello, Darren Leggett's here, Property Ladder Group. Lovely to have you with us today. Today we are speaking to James Emery. James, good morning.
Good morning, Darren.
How are we today?
We're fine. We're wet and cold in South Wales, but we're fine.
Wonderful. Good part of the world, though. Good part of the world.
Thank you.
So, James, you're speaking to us today about Tower Street Finance. For the audience, what do Tower Street Finance offer?
Yeah, thanks, Darren. So Tower Street Finance launched our first product into the probate sector last June, and ostensibly we offer specialist financial products exclusively within the probate sector. We have three products currently. We have our inheritance tax loan, we have inheritance advance, which is our beneficiary loan, and we have inheritance dispute funding, which is designed to help with the fees in contentious probate cases.
Okay, so this is brand new to the market, isn't it, James?
Yeah, so as I say, we launched Inheritance Advance back in June 2020. It's fully authorised and regulated by the Financial Conduct Authority. I think it's a product that has existed in the United States for many years, but we were certainly instrumental in launching a product of its type into the sector last year. So yeah, relatively fresh still, and yeah, taking the battle on.
Excellent, excellent. So which situations do you typically find your products helping with?
So, okay, I suppose breaking them down, Darren, I think inheritance tax loan it does what it says on the tin. If there is an estate where there is insufficient cash to pay inheritance tax that is due, then whether that's a shortfall amount, perhaps there's some cash but not quite enough, whether it's a first instalment, if the deferred payments have been agreed with HMRC, or whether it's the whole amount, we work with the solicitor to pay the exact amount of IHT to the penny with the IHT reference to HMRC to unlock that estate, allowing them to apply for and receive grants, and then to move to liquidation of the assets or the sale of the property and distribution ultimately. So very straightforward product. Inheritance dispute funding, that's our latest product. That is where the solicitor and their client, agree that there is a strong 1975 Act claim, or that they have been under-provided for as a beneficiary in the will, and we can agree a drawdown amount to fund the fees for fighting that claim or defending that claim. And then inheritance advance, that's where, perhaps there's a bit more understanding required in terms of how that can help. It's where a beneficiary can access up to 60% of their net inheritance against the lendable assets in the estate. It's unsecured lending. We don't require any security against property or any other asset. We don't need to do any credit checks other than a bankruptcy search. There are no monthly repayments. There are no early repayment penalties. And people are using it for things like renovating the estate property. So, even before it can go on the market, perhaps modernising granddad's property that may have been a bit tired, adding value to that and sort of making the money work hard for them. Purchasing a property, management buyouts, equity release, discharging an equity release, paying off debts. Lots and lots and lots of different reasons, Darren, but it's certainly proving to be very helpful where a beneficiary is eager for funds.
Well, I mean, in this industry, that's a key part of it, isn't it? I think one of the biggest interactions that we certainly have here is with beneficiaries saying, when are we going to be able to get our money? And it might be that they're buying a TV or a lovely holiday, but as you say, it's also key elements such as equity release, which I should imagine you come across quite a lot.
We do. It's a relatively common one. Yeah, I think that, there can be some time and pressure applied to discharging that equity release, and, perhaps the equity release company taking back control of the sale of the property, which is something that our beneficiaries and executors generally want to avoid. So if we can discharge that for them, and, there are no repayments, we get repaid on all of our products at distribution. So it just takes that pressure off. Yes.
Magic. And obviously, as we say, this is a new concept in the UK. How are you finding law firms and solicitors are responding to it?
Yeah, so it's completely fresh into the sector. It's something a little bit different. I think when you're launching anything new, you're either met with a level of excitement or confusion, and we've probably had a mixture of both of those things. I think probably a strong message is that the solicitors that we've worked with who have referred beneficiaries, referred executors to us, tend to come back with more. And I think that sort of shows how well the product works and how helpful they're finding it. The inheritance tax loan is really straightforward for them. That helps both the solicitor and their client, the executor. Inheritance dispute funding, it helps to pay the solicitor's fees. So, and with that one, we've eliminated the sort of lengthy wait for permission to pursue that claim. There are no upfront costs. So it's a very, very straightforward conversation with us. It's a consultation, tripartite consultation. So yeah, we think that we've got some really good products to market, and feedback early on seems to back that up completely.
Excellent. I've got to say, I mean, I've been in this industry for a long time, very long time, and seeing a product come to the market that actually is going to make a difference, it's relevant, it's exciting to me to be able to be part of this journey. So yeah, it's great to see a firm out there kind of taking the market by the scruff of the neck and dragging it forward, and offering something new.
Yeah, trying to do something fresh and different, as you know yourself, Darren, is it's an enjoyable challenge, and one that we're very much sort of taking, as you say, by the horns and taking the battle to the solicitors. There are some very proactive, forward-thinking solicitors out there in the UK, and we're working with many of them, and we'd like to work with more. And then, yeah, you'll always get that sort of, I don't know what this is, I've never heard of it before, but once they understand that, it's a fairly simple process.
Totally. So obviously PLG, you've kind of chosen us guys to partner with on this. What is it that made you choose Property Ladder Group to work with?
How long have you got, Darren? How long? No, I think, coming into the sector and looking around at the various solutions on offer, to my mind, Property Ladder Group are innovative. You're forward thinking. I've seen the app that has been recently launched, and that's a fantastic tool. Collaborative, responsive, and I think fundamentally of importance to us is that you're also bringing something fresh into the sector. We set out to work with people that were doing things a little bit differently, because the probate sector currently is sort of fraught with challenges and delays, and obviously we're all going through an unprecedented time and situation, and we think it's very, very good to work with people like Property Ladder Group, and like yourself, Darren, as well. People work with people, and I know you and I get on very well, and at an early stage, and that's important to us.
Magic. I've got to say, James, the time that we've known each other, absolute gentleman. I would say trustworthy and fun to work with, if I could use those words.
And you can write write any reference from me anytime you like, Darren.
Well, James, we're gonna publish a proper article, so anybody that follows Property Ladder Group are going to be able to have access to that. It's going to appear on our website. We're also going to do a full mail out introducing yourself in a little bit more detail, and Tower Street Finance. I think it's very fair to say that this has been a very fun conversation to have, and I think our viewers and people that follow us will really appreciate and get something from this. So thank you ever so much. I'll make sure your contact details are made available. But in the meantime, James, you stay safe and well, and thank you ever so much for joining us today.
You too, Darren, and thanks for having me. Take care.
Cheers. Thank you.
Bye-bye.